Welcome back from 2025 into 2026. Let's catch up to speed a little bit. Once I got home from Bangkok, I went right back to work, and it's probably been one of my busiest holiday seasons I worked in a long time. I just feel very fortunate that I was able to work so much. I really only had like 4 days to shop and get ready for the holidays. But I had a great holiday season with my family and friends. And being so busy, I didn't really have a chance to really follow up with vlogs and with social media and content and things like that. I wanted to, but like I had a lot of events that required a lot of my attention, a lot of small details that I want to make sure that I fulfilled for my clients for their events. Because they weren't just weddings; they were big corporate events. They were holiday parties with games and names, and I take my work very seriously. So I try very hard to be prepared for all my events. And I think most people in my industry do the same thing. But if we're being honest, last year has really been about trying to focus more on being in the moment rather than focusing on trying to make content of the moment. My biggest worry as an entertainer, as a DJ, is wanting to promote myself more than being physically there for my job. For example, if I'm too busy trying to film content for my events, but not paying attention to the bride and groom or the cues for this speaker, things like that, like it's on me. So I don't want to miss that opportunity. Doing this as long as I have now, I feel like I want to try to find that balance between being able to make content of my work, but also being respectful to my clients who book me and need my full attention for their events. That's always gonna be something I want to improve on. And now for 2026, I kind of want to bring that all together. But hey, let's talk about Thailand, let's talk about Bangkok, let's talk about the vlogs. I have more Thai vlogs, which I'm really behind on because that was like 2 months ago. I really want to start putting out those vlogs so I can move on and do other vlogs. So this is kind of like an in-between vlog that I'm doing just to catch you guys up on what's going on. Because right now, it's like a break for me. I've plowed through how the holidays, and now January, February is kind of like our time to breathe. There'll be little things here and there, but for the most part, a lot of people in my industry, this is a kind of this is our nap time. So it's nice to have a breath of just relaxing, not having events on my mind. Because I that's the thing people don't realize when you work events every weekend, you constantly have those events in your mind. I'm constantly thinking like, oh, don't forget to call the sound guy for the projector for the next event. Don't forget to double check with the officiant, who's a brother of the bride, who's nervous about doing the officiating. So call him, talk to him, let him know how it goes. Like there are all these things going on in my head before my events, and now I'm down to zero. My mind's just completely blank, which is, I mean, it's nice not to have like just that constant like timer in your head, like, oh, I gotta follow up on this, and it's gonna start again. I'm gonna have to follow up on clients. I'm gonna have to follow up on leads, things like that. Like it's gonna happen. I get inquiries every New Year, every New Year's Eve. There's a new bride and groom that was just proposed, or during Christmas. Like people propose a lot during Christmas, not so much on Valentine's Day, which is surprising, but there is a big swoop of new brides and grooms who are going to be researching and looking me up. So I need to be prepared with content. I do want to make more wedding DJ content. My biggest goal with doing social media is basically to be relatable, approachable. I want my clients to make content and just feel reminded of an old friend. That's always been kind of my way of doing social media. That's why, I'm a California local, so I go to Disneyland, I go to restaurants, hang out with my friends. Like these are all things that people do like with their friends in Southern California. So my goal doing social media is basically to bridge that gap between what you see online and what you meet in person. And, and I think I've done a pretty good job of just being relatable and being a friendly face that you meet. And I hope to continue doing that. I want to finish my vlogs for Thailand. It was great to spend that time with the kids and my family and catching up with my family in Thailand. And I'm currently looking at some few dates for next year, or well, for this year actually. I want to go in either October or November again this year, and flights are looking pretty good. I might fly out of Ontario this year because the price is a little better and it's closer to me, and it's like less stressful than going to LAX. I want to make going to Bangkok a yearly thing where I get to go back and just kind of learn more about just being Thai. And here's the thing too, like I feel like the worst Thai person because for so long I just lived in this limbo of like, am I Asian enough? Am I Thai enough? Am I American enough? And like I'm I'm constantly trying to find that sweet spot of like just being able to represent all those parts of me. I do want to explore more of my culture and more of reaching out to my community, because I that's the one thing I haven't really embraced as much beyond my cousins. Like I don't have a lot of Thai friends. I don't speak Thai. I'm constantly trying to be better at speaking Thai. It's just one of those things where the Thai language has just escaped me from constantly working in American English speaking environments. In my family, we all speak English. So, and it's only in Bangkok that I get to be around more Thai people and hear the language more often, so I can pick it up. I actually tried to speak a little bit here in America at Bangkok Broth House. It's like one of the new Thai restaurants in Orange County, and like I feel really shy about trying to speak Thai, and I feel like he heard me, but then or maybe he just didn't acknowledge that I tried to speak Thai. I don't know. Um, I apologize for any Thai person I'm speaking to that they don't understand me, because I'm trying to be better at it, and I hope if I try, you can help me speak better Thai, because long term goal, I want to be able to go to Thailand and speak more fluently. I can get by in Thailand. Like I can order food. I can get around. Like I can move about Thailand and speak a little Thai enough to get by. But I want to be able to speak more conversely. So if you're interested in coming to Bangkok with me next year, let me know. I'm planning the next trip, if I can work it out. If not, definitely next year for sure. We're going to do 2027 back in Bangkok, but 2026, I am now planning for that. So if you want to join me, let me know. But let's talk about my DJing. I've been very fortunate to do a lot of cool local rap events this year, for City Club, for Disney, for some private companies. So it's not like they're not public settings where like, hey, come see me DJ at this club. Like I'm doing more corporates, private events. So it's not, I haven't been, like, I'm not doing downtown Disney. So I can't like ask, I can't be like, hey, come check me out. Sorry, folks, you can't see me. But on occasion, I have been doing the mug releases for Disney, so hopefully the next one you'll get a chance to see me. But because I actually the last two mug releases, I met a lot of cool people, and like they start following me and I start following them. So that's a really cool way to connect to people who follow me. But if I do have more public events, I'm gonna let you guys know, and you'll be able to catch my stuff. But I am gonna post more DJing, gonna put my mixes on SoundCloud. I made it pretty known that I like personality wise, emceeing, being fun, being family friendly, being a Disney DJ has worked out really well for me, and like I know I have that like stamp of approval. But now I really do want to focus on like showing people that I do have a lot more range, because I think the problem with people looking for DJs, they think we're all just one and the same. Like it's like, oh, you're a hip hop DJ, oh, you're EDM DJ, oh, you're a club DJ. Like I think the thing about being a open format DJ is that fact that we can go in different environments, different age groups, different genres, and just play the crowd, because we work so many different events. Like we have work diversity. Like we work different age groups, we work different cultures, you know, and we know what songs to play for. And that's the advantage of just being working in the wedding industry. It's the advantage of working for corporates, it's the advantage of working at theme parks. Like I've seen so many different crowds. I know what to play. I know the difference between a cumbia and a salsa and a merengue for my Latin groups. I know songs for my Filipino crowds, like Todo Todo, you know. I know to play Too Short for my Bay Area parties. Hawaiians, they love that R&B island vibe, you know. It's been such an honor to be a part of these different communities as a guest. And I've absorbed, you know, like I've listened. All the times that I've been invited as a guest into these communities I've really taken them in, and I don't take it for granted. And it's been such an honor to be able to learn more about all these cultures. And I hope to do more of that in the future. So a lot of 2026 is going to be really showing more of my DJing expertise and being able to bridge that gap between social media, DJ entertaining, emceeing, social media, and just kind of bringing that all into one piece. Definitely my goal for this 2026 to make more content that combines all those three things to be just one singular, you know, point of entertainment. And let's talk about Disneyland. Let's talk about Disney. My family just got back from a Disney World trip. I couldn't go because it's kind of last minute and I was just ending work. So it wasn't like the best time for me to jump into a Disney World trip, but I renewed my pass. And I know a lot of people are renewing their passes. I haven't made a lot of Disney content. Not that I don't want to make Disney content. I don't even know this. Disneyland's been very busy. Like there hasn't been one day that's been like you can take a breath and enjoy it, because there's so many people that want to not only go to the park and have fun, but there's some people that want to make content. Like and there's nothing wrong with people make content. Like everybody should make content, but like right now, like the fact that everyone understands that the algorithm is so, it's so welcoming, and that's something I've known from the start of making Disney content. Like it's a very easy algorithm to ride. But there's so many people make content, so it's like like I don't think people care about how I feel about a meal. There's so many people that are just overcritical about like all these little small things, and they don't like, and being so overcritical, you don't enjoy the park. I don't know. I kind of feel like every time I go to the park, like I love the park. Especially during the holidays, which I went, brought my camera. We got to enjoy. I got to finally spend time with my friends. We got to like see fireworks. Sometimes not so great fireworks. Sometimes not the best viewing area. But like Disneyland and the snow and Christmas is such a great time. It's a California staple, so I liked it. I always love going during Christmas because I need those endorphins, but I want to enjoy it. So when I'm with my friends, maybe I don't have my camera on all the time. It's I don't know. I want to enjoy the park. I don't want to focus on trying to catch up and make content. I just want to enjoy the park. I kind of feel like Cindy Who from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, where she's just like, she sees all this consumerism and like all these people like just spending money and doing all this crazy stuff for Christmas. Where are you, Disneyland? Like where's the heart of Disneyland now? Because I feel like everybody's just excited for a new pin release or they want to eat all the food and make their videos and stuff. Like, are we not enjoying the park anymore? Are we just going to the park to make content now? I think that's my concern. Like, I worked a lot this holiday season, and so when I went to Disneyland, it was a time for me to like relax and spend time with my friends. I can't always relax and spend time with friends if I'm just focused on making content. So I I'm not disillusioned by Disneyland, but I just kind of I miss the heart of Disneyland, because like I don't see people being nice to each other anymore. Like that's the thing. Here's the thing. The thing I haven't told a lot of people about why I started making Disney content, why I got an annual pass. Okay, let me explain briefly why I started going to the park, making content. Because it's gonna be 10 years now since my best friend passed away. So in 2014, my father passed away, and I had a hard time with his passing. And then 2 years after that, 2016, my best friend had a very scary accident, and he passed away. And I'll be honest, 2016 to 2018, I was just in autopilot mode. I was depressed. I didn't tell anybody. I just went to work, but I was just depressed. Like I was working and I was doing great because like I was working a lot. But I didn't have my best friend to tell these stories to. I didn't have my best friend to be like, "Hey, look at me. I'm DJ Disneyland." Like there wasn't. He was always there to like support me. And with him gone, like that piece was missing. But when I started noticing that I was excelling, like I was doing really well, like I was working a lot and being asked for a lot for events and things like that, like yes, it sucks not to have my dad or my best friend to share these stories and be like, oh, I look at this, like like they have posters of me, things like that. Since they're not there, I realize that like, look, they wouldn't want me to be depressed and sad about them being gone. They want me to like enjoy the success I had, be proud of the success I had. They want me to go out there and be happy and spend time with my friends. And like, I didn't want their deaths to be in vain, because Peter's never going to be able to go on a Disney stage. That's not, it never happened again. Like he after he lost his life, he'll never DJ on New Year's Eve again. He'll never DJ again. I have to live my life to the fullest because he can't. When I made that realization, well, I was DJ Disneyland, right? And I would see so many people. I see people with their best friends. I see people with their kids and just being happy and like having a great time in the park, and like, and that kind of clicked for me. Like I need to see more of that, like I need to get out of this depression. So I got an annual pass. I bought a camera and I just started filming. It was in Random Land was like really picking up, and Adam the Woo was really popular. Rest in peace, Adam the Woo. He recently passed away, by the way. But it was when like people started filming and doing more content at the park, and I was like, I can do that. Like I've worked at the park for years, and I know lots of crazy. I have lots of stories. I know a lot of things. A lot of things I can't say about the park, but I can share some of the stuff that like I can know there isn't like backstage. I miss going to the park because I didn't have a pass at the time. 2018, I got a pass, and me and Daenerys went for the first time. I went for the first time in like three years, and oh man, it just felt good to be back in the park. It was great seeing, like, if I'm being honest, it was great seeing like fathers with their kids and parents with their kids and just being happy and playing around, and it brought me memories of going with my dad, spending time with Peter at the park. You know, it was, it helped me to see people being happy, and knowing that the world was still turning. You know, like there's still good things still happen to people. After I lost my best friend and my dad, like the world moving on didn't hurt as much because I saw how happy people were and how full of life people were living their lives. And that's why I started making Disney content. That's why I got a pass. And that's why I still go to the park, is just not only to like have fun with my friends, but to see happy people. Seeing happy people just made me feel better. Now it's not the case anymore, sadly. I see a lot of people who feel entitled. I see a lot of people arguing with cast members because Disneyland's got more popular and popular. A lot of people are like really pushing limits and pushing buttons, and like, I'm not the polite police, you know. I'm not the one that's supposed to be judging people on their behavior, but I feel like in the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years, there's just been a lot of bad attitude to Disneyland, and like I don't want to be a part of that. But I still love going to the park, and hopefully I'll get out of this Disney rut, because I love Disneyland. Like I'm always gonna love Disneyland. But I'm not gonna lie, the experiences lately haven't been as I remember. If there's anything I want to share with more Disney fans and more Disney key holders, let's all be nice to each other. You know, let's all just have a good time. Let's take care of the kids. You know, like actually the most important thing is the kids. Since my niece and nephews were born, I have made a conscious effort to not only speak less vulgarly, but also set an example for those kids. And I'm always trying to be a friendly person, a friendly face, not only for people, but, you know, for the kids that are watching me interact with other people. Like, kids need to see adults interacting friendly and civil. That's something really hard to get right now. And so I'm constantly trying to just behave, not because I have to, but because I want to. I want to be a good example to a lot of these young kids. That's why I try to be my best behavior at Disneyland, and I think you should too. But yeah, I'll be back at the park making content. If you see me, say hi. I'm trying to be more consistent in my vlogs. If you're being honest, the more busier I am with my events, the harder it is to do content, just because I have to follow up with meetings, I take phone calls. Also, I want to go to the gym. I have personal things I want to take care of. Editing like full vlogs is still like, it takes a lot of time, and that's what people don't realize. And not even vlogs, small content too, takes time for me to. I'm not the fastest editor, but yeah, I have been cooking a lot, and a lot of people like my cooking content, and I want to do more cooking content. I really appreciate the people that like my stuff. The goal is eventually have a cookbook available, but at the same time, I'm always discovering new recipes that I like or I want to refine. And the thing about learning Thai recipes is that, like, Thai people don't measure, so I'm trying to like learn the spirit of that, but also fine tuning it as well. I do plan to make more food content, because I'm always eating, but I'm also learning. A lot of the food that I've made on my TikTok and on Instagram are inspired by, you know, just my food memories of places I visited, things my family's made me, things people have cooked for me, you know. But I will be making more food content, so please follow me for more of that stuff. And the last thing that's really important to me for 2026 is not only making all this content and doing more DJing, more entertaining, but it's also connecting to you, connecting to the people who want to book me. The real reason why I make so much content is that, like I said, I want to be relatable, I want to be approachable, but I want to connect to you. I want to hear more from the followers I've made, the friends that I've made, so that not only would you be interested in booking me, but also I could connect and make more friends and, you know, learn more about you guys. But I'm excited for 2026. I want to do the best I can. I want to be the best entertainer that I can be. I want to be the best at what I do, period. Thanks for bearing with this follow-up. I promise to have more content in the future. I just want to get this video over with so I can just jump in and make more content. So after this, we're going to finish up the Thai vlogs and then go back to the normal. I want to take you more on the job, actually, and depending on the clients I talk to, I would love to share the step-by-step process of the planning into the programming into the event itself. But we'll see. And actually, if you were a client that you booked me and you're interested in doing a full vlog of our experience, let me know. I really want to make content, but I also want to be respectful to those that appear in that content. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. As always, be safe, be kind, be you, and I'll see you on the next vlog. Peace.